Hello and welcome everyone, it is me, the Devour, also known as the Portal Duelist, back for you in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel on the Morphtronic Ranked Grind. Last episode was a really good one. We kicked some major ass, despite, getting hit with impressive boards like 3 Blue Eyes pass. But aside from that, just as the last couple of weeks, we're sticking to this list. Really liking how this has performed in these last couple of weeks. So with that out of the way, let's, get into some duels just as always. And we are in contention for a rank up due to that 3-win streak last week, which is pretty nice. Let's see what we face here. And if we can, get back to platform after demoting. We are going first, which is never a good sign when you lose the coin toss, I think. That might be... Oh, Crusadia sleeves! Yeah, Crusadia sleeves and... The opponent lets us go first. Okay, no response, which is interesting. We reveal remote in here. We'll just go ahead and grab that. Was mainly just, looking for some... Oh, well, it is just that easy, I guess. No hand traps, I guess. Oh, that's like, the logical conclusion. But we are back again in Plat 4, which is, of course, great. We take those. Probably opened, like, 0 hand traps, right? Because I was like, I'm always, using the cell phone to, maybe fish for like a cheeky response there. Oh. Huh. That's not Crusadia. That is not Crusadia. Well, let's just get on to the next one, I guess. That was a rather odd one. Let's go first and then just, scoops after seeing the machine duplication. This time we will opt to go first as we do have the option. So let's see what we can do with that. That was quite the silly first game. Ooh, that's 60 cards. No, that's 50. Does our opponent find a hand trap in 50 is like the greatest question of all time. Our opponent will find a hand trap in 50, I guess. Get max seed on the telephone here. That's not necessarily great. I'm thinking... Do I try and deck the opponent out? I do have like a lot of gas in hand, so like admittedly there's definitely like a world where that is possible. And we could also just like commit into an early Apollo, so I think we'll, we'll try and go for it here. This is sadly only... Oh, the Ash, okay, Ash Maxi, that is unfortunate. Almost tempted to pass here. Because like 4 cards in hand probably doesn't kill me, especially in a 50 card deck. Yeah, I think we pass here, see what happens. I think there's like nothing really good we can establish out of Machine Dupe Converter with cell phone access. I don't know. Adventure token, okay, that's not good. Because the problem is, like, we give our opponent, like, so many cards, because this deck takes, like, a solid 4 to 5 summons before we get to, like, any piece of disruption. So, the struggle, especially against Maxi... Is this Phantom Knights? This probably has to be Phantom Knights when there's, like, a Malicious in the main, right? Or like some form of Dark Warrior pile, which is Phantom Knights. But But yeah, the problem is we don't establish like any meaningful interaction before like summon number 4, maybe 5. As a Fusion Destiny, which could be a problem, but probably, yeah, since Malicious Denier here, like the most solid DPE package you could be running. Still has the Denier, so our opponent can still put like a melee back and go for some more stuff, but we're facing down an Omni and a DPE, which is not good. But this is probably PK. I don't think we're getting through this one, though. Imperm is a crazy top deck. What do we care the most about? DPE could just dodge the Imperm or just Griffins it anyways. I think we try and Imperm the Griffin Rider, because I think we can deal with the DPE quite a bit better. Although I think he just pops anything we summon back here, right? It kind of ends in the same way. Pops the remote non-summon, which is a problem. Yeah, the only hope was like that he doesn't like fire the DPE, and we get to remote for another Morphtronic here. Though, yeah, just pops the remote on summon. One of the many issues when your deck has like very few like trigger effects. Like I can't normal a monster and just get value off of it unless it's Gadget Gamer. Since most of the Morphtronics are Ignition. Unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But yeah, this probably was PK, right? 50 cards, DPE package and Adventure Engine. This was Dark Magician. What? This... What? This is like the furthest from PK I've... Damn. Dark Magician, ladies and gentlemen, I guess. What? I'm so confused. I am so very much confused. Going second. Alright, alright. It's gonna be one of those episodes, I can already see it. Although Imperm going second is not too bad. In the worst case, we can just hold that unless there's like a huge choke point where we can fire that. That's like the one thing that I really love about Imperm. That you can... That Imperm you can like, you know, use it as a normal hand trap, just fire it when your opponent goes to, you know, do their stuff. But you can also just keep it and just trade for like an end board piece of interaction. Which is just incredible. It makes this card like so much more versatile than your average hand trap. Which is really, really sick. But yeah, Royal Ariana out here getting flexed on us. We will be getting at least a trap card flipped on us. Yeah, big welcome for a lady, probably. Yep, there is the lady. Probably just returns the Ariana here, yeah. And then just like sets another trap off of lady. Oh, I think can I trigger Kuklok here? Well, that's rough. Especially since like Feather Duster doesn't like automatically win us this. can't target the lady because of the set, which is a bummer. Go ahead and normal south on here, but I think we just get like big welcome bounced, and that is all she wrote, right? Oh, we don't. That's impressive. 6. That's a very good roll. Smartphone. Okay, smartphone's kind of gnarly. Let's go ahead, fire that. If we can. I think like as soon as we start to like maybe commit for like a Nightmare Phoenix to maybe pick apart the back row a bit, we might be in trouble. Though, on the note of Nightmare Phoenix, I want to like maybe get rid of the field spell, as weird as that sounds, because the field spell's just like always value. If our opponent flips like a welcome, I can just get like an additional pop in off the field spell, which is rough, incredibly rough, and I'd rather, you know, try and work against that. Yep, there's a big welcome, so we are not getting hit with the bounce effect this turn, because as I've, you know, I've played a bit against this deck and like, you know, the Fiend Fairy Festival, which definitely helps. Since, you know, the big welcome effects are, you know, mutually exclusive, you can only use one of these per turn. So if you summon, you can't banish this and bounce. But this definitely bounces, although it is not able to be used this turn. Summons another lady, bounces the other. I think he can even reset that, right? Yeah. Get rid of the Silver Castle here. We do have another smartphone in our hand, which is very handy. All depends on like what this set card is. If this set card's crazy, we might still be in trouble. But at least this way we can get some, you know, breathing room in. If we hit a repair unit here, I think we might be gaming. Oh, we might be gaming. And there's a Gadget Gamer. We might actually be gaming. Because I'm thinking we repair unit for telephone here, and then just start doing, you know, the thing. Go telephone here, see what our opponent does about that. And then yeah, we just you know, do the thing. Oh boy. Here it is. Yeah, we go turn this into a Link Koribo, resummon the other. Do we even... I don't even think we unicorn now. I think we, if anything, just access code this like set card, which is right behind the, or like just a bit off behind the lady. Do I want to commit to... I think I'll telephone here first, so I have another body for the converter on field. So like the only thing that really screws me over is like Torrential. Exactly. I don't know if Lab actually plays Torrential. Be a lot cooler if you did, but I don't think that's a trap you'd commonly run in Labyrinth. Smile? I don't know. I've not built Labyrinth myself. We don't unicorn here. I want to keep all of these. No response. Okay, so we are able to access code here, which is impressive. I didn't think I would get this far. I will go Axis Unicorn. Then we'll go Axis Code, banish the Phoenix, actually. We do have multiple pops here. Get rid of this one. So welcome, okay, and then we can just access with the Unicorn to try and get rid of this last one. Yeah, let's go South on here, see what we can find. If we can get to a couple more bodies here, we can just make Goddess, which would be kind of cute. Although Remoten's a crazy one, I think. We can do a lot more with that. Ooh, Scopen! Scopen's interesting. Yeah, I think we go Scopen. Yeah, I'm thinking Scopen. Scopen's the one. And then we can Scopen for the Boomboxen here. Grab an equip. And I do believe we should be able to make Baron this way. So we'll go Scopen Boxen for Power Tool. Go Power Tool here. Grab, I think, Raptinus first. This is usually like one of the better standalone equips you could be drawing. If you end up drawing like a Braver equip, this is like the one you like mind the least, because targeting protection is just good on anything, even outside of conditions. Yeah, I think it's Telephone here, right? Or do we just strictly directly go for Baron? Because we could go. It's more value if I go Telephone, because I can make an Excel Stardust in between. That's like the thing. Telephone here, we can just grab Telephone back, I guess. We can also grab Smartphone. That's like another good option. I think I'll do that here just to get the cell phone on my hand. Especially since we can... Oh! Just scoops. Yeah, I guess that... I'm fine with that. We take those. We take those, you know? I'm out here overcomplicating combos again, probably, when I can just, like, make Goddess smile. But yeah, Access Code is just kind of crazy when pushing through these boards, and I think an important part to remember, especially against Labyrinth, if you're playing in, like, a constructed environment, is that I noticed this in like the festival. I'll do another game, and in Q I'll keep on rambling. And I don't know if this is like a real sentiment, but I feel like initial Labyrinth setups feel like very comparatively weak, I'd say. Not to like shit on the deck, but it feels very much like this kind of Sky Striker situation, where like Sky Striker has this incredibly comparatively weak, not incredibly weak, comparatively weak turn 1, where you're, you know, just sitting there behind like an interruption, maybe 2 with like a hand trap or 2, and you're basically just have to survive, you know, and then like your turn 3 is when the deck really starts getting explosive, and hard outvalues just about anything. I think that's like the best comparison I could think of. Let me know in the comments if this is like maybe a sentiment that you'd share, or if I'm just, you know, a casual idiot who's talking out of his ass while machine duping Suffer. Go ahead, fire the second one here. This is like, by the way, once again, you know, one of those crack cocaine hands where you just open like all the engine plus 2 hand traps. Part of why I like this list so much, it just feels so much better opening hands like this than, you know, where you just stare at like 5 engine pieces or something. Just cause these cards just do, like Imperm Ash just do much more in case I was, you know, going second in the situation. I think we once again will do the old reliable play of, you know, just wasting the Phoenix. There will probably not be a turn where we might have a use for you. Hopefully we get a good reveal here, because I'd like to commit these 3 into an Apollosa, and I think that Telephone is looking mighty crazy. Yeah, I think it's Telephone. Gets more cell phone triggers in. Make an Apollosa here. And then just continue going off here. I do believe we Telephone here. I won't Telephone for Telephone here, just because of space's sake, and also because I just don't have anything good to, like, Telephone loop for anymore. As much as I like this card, great card, it's not very good to pass on Underworld Goddess. Underworld Goddess is a crazy cool card when you are going to dismantle boards. But just on a board, she's kind of a sitting duck, and I'd, you know, rather keep her around than, you know, just be like, yep, Underworld Goddess, smile. And as it was like that one collab with Shizu, where I literally was like, okay, I'm out here summoning so many monsters, we're passing on Underworld Goddess, you know. But I think those are also vastly different scenarios. Would have really liked to see a Morphtronic there. How do we do this then? I think we can at least banish a cell phone here. For a smartphone, we can make yeah, we do go. We make earphone just to get that into the grave, although we could have just straight up made Musashi. Let's hope I don't get punished for that. Don't want to turn anything into a tuner, because we can, yeah, I could have just like straight made Musashi. I think I would have been like a, yeah, would have been a body shot. I'm not going to use the Musashi here, just because I would like to resolve these cards in the future. So let's go Telephone, Musashi, and Cell Phone into Power Tool Dragon. This way I get to keep my Naturia Beast, and in a situation where I am still able to get access to that, we might still be gaming. Grab a repair unit here. I would really hope that Smartphone finds us a Morphtronic name. But I think even if not, we're not in the most terrible of positions. Since we still do have like a lot of ways to extend. And I think getting like getting through like Ash, Imperm, and like maybe, you know, 3 onboard disruptions might prove a bit troublesome even for like, you know, some higher end decks. Yeah, I think we Smartphone here. Don't really feel like repair unit throwing this into the grave. Mainly just hoping to like find any Morphtronic name here so they have something to pitch for this repair unit. Scorpion's perfectly fine. Absolutely amazing that we find Scorpion here. Since that way we can just go through like an Excel Stardust line into Braver. Kind of thin out the deck a bit more. And maybe start working towards what will be our final end board. I'm going Telephone here. This is like a small segment where there is actually something worth Telephone looping for. Which is mainly just additional bodies to make like an IP Masquerader. We'll go Telephone for Telephone here just so I have it. And then we can commit into the one, the only, the bravest of Power Tool Dragons, the Power Tool, Braver Dragon. With animation! Can't have an episode without it, I guess, after like last week. Now that we have it, we should, you know, of course, strive to also show it off. Yeah, we'll go Raptorness. And I'm placing these in like the wackiest zones imaginable. What am I even... What is bro cooking? Yeah, let's go Telephone again here. I'm thinking we go Telephone and then just like Telephone for Cellphone. Because there's like very few actively bad reveals at this point. I think in most cases we will still be able to... Ooh, although A4 is very tempting. Because this way we can just... Yeah, I think we go for Earphone here. Since we still have the repair unit live in hand. No, we are not making Tuna Appaloosa, although that would be very funny. So that means we are making Naturia Beast. We probably just like retain the 1/1 as like a discard for the Unicorn. Because now we can just go repair units. Pitch Scopen. I think we go Telephone. Just see what we like hit of this. If we hit like a 3, I'm very inclined to just like a 3 or higher. I'm just very inclined to pick up Remote and grab a Telephone for like a follow-up. Even if I could probably extend more. To be fair, what am I realistically making here? I think nothing really. Because I'm out of 5s. Yeah, this is just Masquerader. Masquerader into Unicorn. What I can do though is go Remote and banish a 1 here. To fetch myself a silly bit of follow-up. Which is rather nice. Yeah, then we are just, you know, simply going Telephone and Remote into Masquerader. Going to re-summon the Link Kuribo here for the Telephone. Just so we have a bit more battle protection, and that is going to get a scoop out of our opponent. And a very good duel to end this episode on. But yeah, it's just like a crazy opener. I think comboing that down is like fairly straightforward, especially into no interruptions. But yeah, essentially there I'm just making like Braver Apollos or NetBeast plus like an IP into Unicorn line, potentially Underworld Goddess, but Unicorn is just like way more feasible. And also just a good piece of disruption overall. So yeah, with all that out of the way, huge thanks for like the, you know, feedback under the last episode once again. It's just so encouraging. I've said this in like a reply to someone under like a community post, to just keep doing this when there's, you know, of course, you know, an audience for it, because, you know, it is as cheesy as it sounds, always about, you know, the friends we made along the way. But with that out of the way, I'll thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. But until then, goodbye.